Superfreak784 here, playing some more Kerbal Space Program, and today we're going to be completing a few more contracts. So we're going to be doing science data from space around Kerbin, which we have to get into space over Kerbin and do science, just like we did in the last episode. And then we're also going to be doing test LV1 liquid fuel engine orbiting Kerbin, which will give us 72 science, and that'll be at an altitude of 89,000 to 96,000, which will be okay for contract. Then test hydraulic detachment manifold orbiting Kerbin, which has parts of the same range. So it'll go up to about 91,000. We'll be able to complete both of those. I think that is all the ones we can attempt, because we have others that are from orbit, but I'm not going to be able to get something as big as the BACC solid fuel booster into orbit. So we're going to take those three, because there's none that are landed at Kerbin that are easy to do. I could accept a whole bunch more of these, but I don't trust myself enough to be able to complete them. So now we're going to go back to the science building just for a quick minute, because I've added a few more mods, and I have added B9 Aerospace, Navy Fish's Dockingport alignment, and RemoteTech 2, because I kind of like playing with it, and what I'm gonna have to do is do more missions so I can get funds to be able to launch satellites, which I have a feeling is going to be tough. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of those sort of contracts, like the science data from around Kerbin one, because that's quite a few funds that you get from that, and then with the Debrefund, that makes it so I can get money back for most of my launch stages. But now I have to go through here and accept everything. So I'm going to do that, and I will meet you in the VAB. Okay, so I've gone ahead and researched all the parts that I didn't have researched from new mods I've added. Most of them were B9 parts and 2 RemoteTech antennas. So now I'm going to go into a rocket building time lapse. So see you on the launch pad. guys, okay, we're out here at the launch pad and getting ready to launch. So I've built the rocket, and there was a lot of sketchy stuff going on in the VAB with the Kerbal Engineer. So I think it's all working now. So I need to test the LV1 engine, which is up here on top. So I think all I have to do is, where's the contract? Once I'm up there, I think I just have to right click on it, yeah, and run test. And then these, I just have to activate, I just have to stage them once I'm up there. I'm actually going to throw that into its own group just so I don't accidentally stage it and does something to it. But I think this rocket is good to go. So we have our 4 solid rocket boosters with the single core. And I figured out that last episode I went with the 3-core design here underneath. I found out this has almost more delta V, and it's cheaper. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so we have the single core design, which is cheaper with the 4 boosters, and then parachutes on everything, so they'll all be able to be recovered, and have 4 parachutes up here, and then 1 parachute at the top of each of those. So I guess it looks like we are ready to go, and it looks like I'm going to have this engine fully throttled up to help me get off the ground here for this first stage. But without further ado, 3, 2, 1, lift off. Okay, so I can have that. Turns out I didn't need that engine throttled up at all. Whatever, I'm just going to let it burn. You probably can't hear me. Oh wow, those. I really should have throttled those back a bit more. Interesting. Something's really buggy with Kerbal Engineer. It doesn't seem to like all these parts, but oh well. Looks like, yeah, we're going to have plenty of delta V here, so it's not going to matter too much. As soon as these stages burn out, I'm going to stage them, which is activate the parachutes up here, should pull them away. Hopefully without them pulling back in and blowing up anything down here. Okay, good. That works out perfectly. Now we can throttle this engine up and be on our way. So I will see you guys as I am ready to stage this piece away. Okay guys, so we're coming up on stage separation, and it looks like we are going to make it into orbit, but it's going to be a real close call because I think I lost a lot of delta V there at the launch with how fast these solid rocket boosters got me going before I was able to stage them away. So I may make it into orbit with this rocket. Actually, yeah, it looks like we're going to make it, but it's going to be real close. And that stage ended up providing more delta V than I thought it would, which was good. But when I built the rocket, I had about 500 meters per second extra over what I needed to get into orbit, so I'm hoping I have enough. With this stage, it looks like I should, which we're getting ready for cutout, and right there. Okay, so just need to keep it burning just a little. So I can make sure I get to that 90,000 Apple apps, so I can be in the correct orbit to test all the parts and stuff that I have. Okay guys, so I have my orbital maneuver set up, and I'm just going to time warp ahead to it and burn. Once I'm into orbit, I will be doing all the science that I brought with me and testing all the parts, and then we will be returning to Kerbin. So we're right here ready for the burn, and I waited way too long. Dang it. Oh well. Doesn't have to be a pretty orbit, just has to be over 90,000. Let's see if that satisfies all of these. Okay, good. Both of those are satisfied, so I can come into the rocket and run test. Completes that one, and then I can... I don't even know what that is. Oh, stage those, which completes that test. I really should have figured out a way to test those without losing them, maybe do it on a suborbital trajectory if I could, but now I have some debris to deal with, and I lost all the money for them, but hopefully that one gives me enough money to recover that. So now we will observe mystery goo, which I did last time, so I'm not going to get any science for it, but I will get all the money for it, which is what I really need. And I'll get a little bit of science for it. Whatever. EVA report. Nothing. And now we will try and get an EVA report. Okay, we'll just take an EVA report. Data board. And we'll start getting ready to deorbit. Land back at the Space Center. Okay, now let's see if I can remember where to do my deorbit burn. I think I really wish I could have done this where I'd be deorbiting at night, but I'm not going to be able to. So I think what I have to do is do the burn right about here. Yeah. Right about there, and then have it... No, actually, I can do it. Here, come down. See, oh, actually, no, I need to do it here, and like that. Oh boy. I'm going to be able... I'm going to have enough delta phi to fix this. Come down straight over it. I think right about there is good. Now I just need to find that maneuver node. Way over there. Okay. Let's see. I think, yeah. What to do. Like that. Just about do it. Then as I'm getting closer, I can do the small burns to try and make sure that I actually hit it correctly. Let's see, so we can start the burn at 8:30, 38, about 40 seconds. I start throttling up. And start the burn. Not. Oh, okay, no. Go back down to about 23 seconds. Actually, I need to do this way over here. Oops. So I screwed up. I forgot I have to really overshoot it, not undershoot it. Oh well. This will fix it, hopefully. And I think I'm going to when I'm on a deorbit path. Okay guys, so we're on a suborbital trajectory, and I don't know... Oh, there goes those decouplers, I guess. That's what this would have to be. But we are coming in to range of the Space Center, and I'm going to overshoot it by way too much, so we're going to burn off a lot more speed. We don't overshoot it by too much. That wouldn't be good. I want that to happen. That, yep, directly there, and try and source it. Yeah, I think I overshot it by too much when I did my first burn. I don't think it's going to work. Well, so we're going to land in the ocean just off the Space Center. I guess. Because, yeah, I'm about to run out of fuel. I think what I'm going to have to do is just hope that I hit reentry, get reentry effects soon, and then I can hit the parachute soon enough that I get pulled straight down over the Space Center. But it's dark, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So we're going to disable SAS. What I need to do is fire. So we're coming in rather nicely. Yeah, we're definitely going to overshoot. Unless maybe deploy that parachute and hope that it deploys. Oh no. Okay, so we're going to overshoot the Space Center because I screwed up my deorbit burn. But we are going to complete all our contracts, and we have enough parachutes. We should splash down safely. So, trying to burn off a lot of speed now. And no, we're definitely going to overshoot the Space Center. Oh well. So I will see you when I will... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to try a time-lapse to when I am... What's going on? Oh, I see. It's not perfect. I'm going to do a time-lapse. You know what? I'll just talk. And talk about the time-lapse. So, kind of one thing I want to ask you guys is, do you like how I do the time-lapse when I'm building the rockets and some of my launches? Or would you rather that I did commentary through all that? Because for me, it's easier to do all the time lapses. I think I'm going to stage the parachute. Whatever. Okay, so for me, it's easier to do all the time lapses. Just so I don't have to come up with things to talk about, because I don't have too much to talk about yet. And there's not enough interesting stuff going on a building rocket, because it takes me so long to figure out how I'm exactly going to design it. But if you guys wanted me to, I would do some commentary through that. But for now, I think I'm going to keep the time lapse. You guys can leave a comment below about if you like the time lapse, or if you have some other ideas for things that I should be doing in this series to make it more interesting. But other than that, we are coming up almost on time for the parachutes to deploy at 500 meters. So we're just going to time skip ahead, or we're just going to, what am I thinking? What's it called? Oh, ouch, that hurt. Yeah, time warp ahead to when they all start popping. We should do the next two like that. You know what? I really could. Actually, yeah, I could definitely cut this one. That's on a 4.1. Yeah, I should be fine cutting this parachute. You know what? Actually, I'll leave it. We'll time warp down to right before we splash down, because I just don't have the time to waste for this. Yeah, we're about to splash down, and for some reason doing a nosedive all of a sudden. Don't know what that's all about, but well, it looks like everything is in good shape. We will have the energy to roll around. Oh no, we're out of power. Can I do a crew report? Oh, I can. I've never done a crew report in the ocean, so we will recover vessel. Okay, guys, so we're here in the research center, I think is what it's actually called, not the science zone. I don't know why I said that. But, so I think we're going to research heavy rocketry so we can start getting parts to launch larger rockets, which will be nice. Search that and see what that unlocks. And that unlocks even more heavier rocketry, which is even bigger rockets. But for now, we have heavy rocketry, which gives us 2.5 meter parts and engines, so we'll be able to do larger rockets. And then, since we only have 49 science, we're going to research flight control, which gives us these fairings and other ways to control the rocket. I mean, nice, I guess, and the small antenna. Okay, so now that we've left the research center, we can go over the contracts we completed. So we completed science data from around Kerbin, which gave us 1 science, but almost 33,000 funds and a lot of reputation, which is good. That means we can start getting bigger, better contracts, I think is how that works. We have test hydraulic detachment manifold orbiting Kerbin, which gives us 70,000 funds and 41 science and 500 reputation, which is also really good. And then we have test LV1 liquid fuel engine orbiting Kerbin, which gives us 61,000 funds and 72 science and 600 reputation, which is amazing. And then we have our debris that landed safely, which gave us more science back, or gave us, I guess, science recovered, which is still 0, and gave us funds back, which is more important. So we can discard all of those. And then the new Debrefund version, which I probably should update that soon, but I don't see a reason to. It still works fine. And discard that. And I think I'm going to call it an episode here. So see you next time.